Welcome back to the channel. Plastic surgery is often celebrated as a way to turn back the clock and boost self-esteem, but in Hollywood, the obsession with perfection can come at a devastating cost. In this episode of Exposed Hollywood, we pull back the curtain on 15 celebrities whose cosmetic transformations didn't just change their looks, they led to shocking and in some cases, heartbreaking outcomes you won't believe. Jocelyn Wildenstein's story is one of the most infamous cautionary tales in the world of plastic surgery. In her desperate attempt to mold her looks to match her husband's unusual desires, she went under the knife again and again, chasing an image that would ultimately erase the face she once knew. Facelifts, eyelid operations, cheekbone implants, lip fillers, even jawline reconstruction, procedure after procedure piled up until her natural beauty was no longer recognizable. Instead of subtle refinement, the endless alterations left her with sharp, elongated features and skin pulled unnaturally tight. Friends, critics, and the press alike branded her Catwoman, a nickname that became inseparable from her new appearance. But the tragedy wasn't in a single botched surgery, it was in the relentless accumulation of changes that stripped away the delicate balance of her expression, leaving behind something that looked sculpted rather than human. Yet through it all, Jocelyn never apologized. She embraced her transformation, defiantly standing by her choices even as the world gawked. Her face became more than a spectacle. It became a powerful symbol of how far obsession with reinvention can go and how extreme cosmetic alterations can permanently and divisively redefine one's very identity. Priscilla Presley, long admired for her grace and timeless beauty, faced a devastating ordeal when a reckless cosmetic procedure forever altered her life. In her pursuit of refinement, she placed her trust in the wrong hands, an unlicensed practitioner who injected her with industrial-grade silicone, a substance never meant for the human face. Instead of the subtle enhancements she had hoped for, Priscilla was left with severe disfigurement. Her once smooth contours became uneven and distorted, a painful contrast to the elegance she was known for. Desperate to repair the damage, she endured multiple corrective surgeries, from facelifts to filler treatments. But no matter how many procedures followed, the harm could never be fully undone. The experience left her with scars not only on her face, but deep within her spirit. Priscilla's ordeal now stands as a haunting reminder of the dangers of chasing beauty through unregulated means. Her story reveals the tragic cost of quick fixes and cosmetic shortcuts, irreversible damage that strips away natural beauty and leaves behind lasting emotional and physical pain. Simon Cowell, long known for his razor-sharp critiques on talent shows, eventually found himself under the spotlight for a very different reason: his appearance. In an industry obsessed with youth and polish, Simon turned to cosmetic enhancements in an effort to hold back time. Fillers and procedures reshaped his face so dramatically that many fans barely recognized the once rugged, familiar Judge. What began as a bid to restore his features left him with a look that seemed unnervingly altered. Realizing he had gone too far, Simon later dissolved many of the fillers, searching for a middle ground that allowed him to keep his charm while reclaiming his natural self. His journey became a cautionary tale about the risks of chasing perfection, proof that in aesthetics, subtlety often delivers more lasting satisfaction than extreme change. If Simon's transformation sparked conversation, then Amanda Lepore's story took it to another level entirely. Inspired by the allure of classic Hollywood glamour, she embarked on one of the most extraordinary cosmetic evolutions ever seen. From an early age, she underwent a long list of procedures: multiple breast augmentations, rib removal, rhinoplasty, fillers, cheek implants, all with the vision of becoming a living work of art. Amanda wasn't just altering her body, she was sculpting a persona, a theatrical masterpiece that blurred the line between fantasy and reality, embodying the very extravagance of her muses. Amanda Lepore's appearance became something almost otherworldly, her features exaggerated to the point of the fantastical. What began as a pursuit of timeless beauty soon transformed into a daring reinvention of her entire identity. Each surgical enhancement added another layer to a look that was both hypnotic and instantly recognizable, blurring the line between artistry and alteration. Lepore's story is more than a tale of transformation. It's a bold declaration of fearless self-expression and individuality. Yet, it also serves as a reminder of the risks that come when cosmetic surgery moves beyond refinement and becomes a quest for complete reinvention. Linda Evangelista, once one of the most celebrated supermodels and a timeless face of haute couture, turned to cosmetic treatments in hopes of preserving her legendary beauty. She chose cool sculpting, a non-surgical fat reduction procedure meant to smooth out stubborn areas. But instead of refinement, she was struck by a devastatingly rare complication known as paradoxical adipose hyperplasia, or PH. This condition, which occurs in fewer than 1% of cases, does the opposite of what the treatment promises. Instead of shrinking, the treated areas grow larger, becoming hard, swollen, and uneven. For Linda, the results were heartbreaking. Her once sculpted silhouette was replaced with rigid, irregular formations that no longer resembled the sleek figure that had defined her career. The impact was more than physical, it was emotional. For a woman whose image had graced the covers of countless fashion magazines, whose beauty had shaped an era, the sudden transformation was crushing. Despite bravely sharing her ordeal in interviews and on social media, the experience left deep scars, serving as a sobering reminder that even so-called safe and non-invasive cosmetic procedures can carry unpredictable, life-altering risks. Linda Evangelista's story is not just about beauty, it's a cautionary tale about vulnerability, resilience, and the hidden dangers behind the pursuit of perfection. Meg Ryan was once adored as Hollywood's sweetheart, the girl next door whose warmth and charm lit up the screen. But like so many in the entertainment world, she found herself trapped in the relentless pressure to stay forever young. In pursuit of that timeless glow, Meg turned to cosmetic procedures, dermal fillers, facelifts, and anti-aging treatments. Over time, though, those enhancements began to work against her. The natural softness of her features gave way to something more rigid, more sculpted. Her cheeks appeared unnaturally full, her forehead unervingly smooth, erasing the expressive lines that had once made her so relatable. For fans who cherished her down-to-earth beauty, the transformation was startling. The gentle, inviting essence that made her America's darling seemed to vanish, replaced by an almost artificial mask. Meg Ryan's story is more than a tale of changing looks. It's a cautionary reminder of how Hollywood's obsession with youth can rob even the most beloved stars of the very qualities that made them shine. In the end, it reminds us that there is a rare and irreplaceable beauty in growing older naturally, one no cosmetic procedure can ever truly capture. Tara Reid's rise in Hollywood was once fueled by her lively charisma and a distinctive beauty that set her apart in a cutthroat industry. But when she turned to cosmetic surgery, everything changed. What was meant to be an enhancement became a turning point in her career. Her breast augmentation left her figure looking unbalanced, while liposuction left her with rippled, uneven skin. Instead of boosting her confidence, the procedures stripped it away, leaving her vulnerable to harsh public scrutiny. Suddenly, the conversation wasn't about her talent or charm, it was about her body, her mistakes, and the price of chasing perfection. The very surgeries that promised glamour instead cast a shadow over her career, making her a tabloid target and altering how audiences saw her. Tara's story is more than a Hollywood scandal, it's a cautionary tale. In the pursuit of an idealized image, she lost the authenticity that once made her shine, a compromise not every star is willing or able to survive. Donatella Versace has always been a fearless force in the world of high fashion, and her attitude toward cosmetic procedures has reflected that same boldness. Over the years, she turned to Botox, dermal fillers, and laser resurfacing in her quest to maintain a youthful glow. But those treatments, while designed to preserve her beauty, sometimes left her looking drastically different from the woman who first captivated the fashion world. Once blessed with naturally smooth skin and delicate features, Donatella's appearance gradually transformed. Her cheeks and lips became noticeably overfilled, and her skin developed an almost artificial sheen. What was meant to be refinement began to drift into exaggeration, moving her further away from the understated elegance she once embodied. Observers point out that her face now bears unmistakable signs of years of interventions. And while Donatella remains an undeniable powerhouse in fashion, Her striking transformation has also become a cautionary tale. Her evolution underscores the thin, dangerous line between enhancement and excess, where the pursuit of perfection can blur into something unsettlingly unnatural. Heidi Montag's plastic surgery journey stands as one of the most shocking and cautionary tales in recent Hollywood memory. At just 23 years old, she stunned the world by undergoing not one, not two, but 10 cosmetic procedures in a single day. A brow lift, rhinoplasty, chin reduction, breast augmentation, liposuction on her waist, thighs, and even her buttocks. The transformation was almost unimaginable. But what looked like a pursuit of perfection quickly turned into a nightmare. The immediate aftermath was brutal. Heidi endured excruciating physical pain and an emotional toll that nearly broke her. Her face and body were drastically altered overnight, and with each glance in the mirror, she was forced to confront the irreversible truth. She had made a life-changing decision without giving herself the time to truly understand the consequences. In the years that followed, Heidi openly confessed that the ordeal was far more devastating than she ever anticipated. The glamorous image she thought she was chasing came at the cost of her health, her peace of mind, and her sense of self. Her story is more than just a tabloid headline. It's a sobering reminder that chasing extremes in beauty can leave scars that go far deeper than the skin. Heidi's journey proves that sometimes the most powerful choice is not in transformation, but in restraint. Joan Rivers wasn't just a comedian, she was a force of nature, a trailblazing icon whose razor-sharp wit could cut through Hollywood's toughest walls. But just as much as she was known for her unfiltered humor, she was equally famous for her lifelong fascination with cosmetic surgery. Over the years, she underwent countless procedures, facelifts, neck lifts, eyelid surgeries, and an almost ritualistic use of Botox and fillers. On stage, she turned her surgeries into punchlines, laughing at herself before anyone else could. But behind the laughter was a sobering reality. Each procedure slowly reshaped the face that once radiated warmth, relatability, and charm. As her features grew tighter and increasingly artificial, some argued the very expressions that carried her humor, the twinkle in her eyes, the sly smirk, the lines that told a story, began to disappear. Still, Joan never hid from the truth. She spoke openly about her choices, her regrets, and even the absurdity of her own quest for youth. In the end, her legacy became a striking paradox, the unmatched brilliance of a comedic pioneer intertwined with the haunting reminder of how far the pursuit of beauty can push us. Joan Rivers will forever be remembered not only for her audacious comedy but also for the poignant cautionary tale her life and face came to represent. Lara Flynn Boyle, once celebrated for her strikingly sharp features and elegant screen presence, underwent a transformation that left Hollywood and her fans stunned. Over the years, whispers grew louder about the actress turning to cosmetic procedures to preserve her youthful allure. Though Boyle never confirmed the rumors, experts and devoted followers pointed to clear signs: fillers, rhinoplasty, facelifts, even brow lifts. Each tweak slowly reshaped her once delicate and angular beauty into a fuller, more rounded look. But this change went far beyond appearances. In her early career, Boyle's face carried a perfect harmony, a balance of softness and edge that made her magnetic on screen. With every new alteration, that balance shifted, leaving her with a look some described as overly refined, even unnatural. What was intended as enhancement gradually chipped away at the very essence that had once made her unforgettable. Her journey stands as a cautionary tale in Hollywood's endless pursuit of perfection. A series of small adjustments, meant to preserve her fame, instead altered the very image that defined it. Rather than amplifying her natural beauty, the outcome became a departure from the signature presence that once set her apart. So, did you see this transformation coming? Or are you still in shock? In Hollywood, fame may fade, but the traces of surgical secrets often linger. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more unbelievable before and after stories from behind the spotlight.